If a woman is with a man who is overly focused on his mother and is not available, and she has been in this position before, she could be well and truly fed up. But as this won't be the first time that she has been in this position, this is to be expected. There will be the type of man that she wants to be with, and the type of experiences that she wants to have. And then there will be the type of man that she ends up with, and the type of experiences that she has. To use an analogy, it will be similar to going to a restaurant and ordering pasta, and yet ending up with ice cream. But while this area of her life will be anything but fulfilling, just about every other area of her life could be going in the right direction. So she could have a number of close friends who greatly value and appreciate her. When it comes to what she does for a living, she could be doing something that is deeply enriching. This will then be an area of her life that is having a positive impact on her well-being. And it may provide her with far more money than she needs to merely pay her bills. If this is the case, it could be hard for her to comprehend how these areas of her life could be going so well, but this other area of her life would be going so badly. She could come to the conclusion that she has control over these areas of her life, but doesn't have much control when it comes to the type of man that she ends up with. What she is likely to find if she does have this outlook is that there is no shortage of support when it comes to what she believes. Her friends and some of her family members could say that she is simply unlucky when it comes to this area of her life. They could say that she is a lovely person and has so much going for her, for instance, that there is no reason that she should be with a man like this, or have been with men who are like this. From this, it will be clear that they are aware of what she brings to the table, so to speak, and are very supportive. Some of her friends could be in loving relationships, and some of them could be single. The friends that are in loving relationships could believe that they are lucky, and those that are not could believe that they are unlucky. However, although it may seem as though she is simply unlucky and needs to wait until her luck changes, what if there is more to it? What if this conclusion has very little basis in reality? What if the reason that this area of her life is the way that it is because of what is taking place inside her? If this is the truth, it would mean that she is not simply unlucky. It is that part of her is causing her to experience life in this way. At this point, she could say that this is not true, as she doesn't want to be with a man who is like this. Nonetheless, what she will need to keep in mind is that she doesn't begin and end with her conscious mind. Her conscious sense of herself and all that that entails, such as her self-image and the thoughts and feelings that she experiences, is then just one part of her. Along with this part of her is her unconscious mind. This part of her will contain pain, unmet developmental needs, and parts of her that have been split off, among other things. What is held in this part of her will have a big impact on how she experiences life. Moreover, it will have an impact on what takes place in her conscious mind. Thus, she can be totally unaware that this part of her exists, let alone what is held in this part of her, but it will still have a big impact on her. With this in mind, what has been removed from her conscious mind and is held inside her unconscious mind will play a big part in why she continually ends up with men who are not available. By reconnecting to what is held in this part of her, she is likely to gradually realise why this area of her life is this way. Most, if not all, of what is held inside this part of her is likely to relate to what took place during her formative years. This is likely to have been a time when she was deprived of what she needed to grow and develop in the right way. Her mother and/or father may have been emotionally unavailable and even abusive. Being ignored, rejected, abandoned, and perhaps verbally put down and physically harmed would have been the norm. To handle what was going on, her brain would have automatically repressed how she felt, a number of her developmental needs and parts of herself. Her need to be loved wouldn't have disappeared though. Many, many years will have passed since this stage of her life, but her repressed and unmet developmental need to be loved will be defining her life. This need will also cause her to be pulled towards men who can't love, in the hope that she will finally receive the love that she missed out on. What this shows is that this part of her is unable to see that these men are not her parent, or that this stage of her life is over. So, in the same way that her struggle to be loved by her parent or parents was futile, her struggle to be loved by men who are also unavailable is also futile. If you would like to find out more about the services that I offer, please go to www.oliverjrcooper.co.uk or email me at info@oliverjrcooper.co.uk, and I'm looking forward to assisting you on your journey.